Moving over to the Miami Marlins, this is a interesting roster. Sandy Alcantara, he's an X factor at this point, and I think so is Yuri Perez. Both of those guys could pitch like aces, but both of them could also really struggle. So I'm going to give them half a point each. That gives them 1 point for the Marlins. But then Jensen Junk, he is not the guy you want as your fifth starter. I think they have a weakness at the back of this rotation, so that's going to take away a point. They're back down to 0. I don't think anybody in this bullpen is an impact player other than Pete Fairbanks, who does get 1 point out of the bullpen. So that's going to put them up to 1. Augustin Ramirez is a good player. I don't think he's an impact player at this point in his career, and neither is Liam Hicks. Neither is Christopher Morel at first base, and neither is Xavier Edwards. I actually think second base, you could argue, is a hole, and I'm going to actually say, yeah, that's a hole. So we're going to take away a point for second base. So they're back down to 0. Connor Norby's fine at third base, definitely not an impact player, and neither is Otto Lopez at shortstop. So this is a pretty weak roster. Kyle Stowers at left field, that is an impact player, so they will get 1 point for having Kyle Stowers. That puts him up to 3. And in center field, Jacob Marcy, he is not an impact player. Estuary Ruiz could be, but he's never really come out into his own. And I think Owen Casey is an X factor. I think he could actually be a really good player over in right field. I think Owen Casey has a real Rookie of the Year opportunity, so I'm going to give them half a point for that. Puts them up to 1.5. The DH slot, I think, is a whole. I don't think Griffin Conine is in Major League everyday DH. So I'm going to take away a point for that. Puts them to 0.5. And I also just don't like this team's depth. I don't think they have the depth to compete. I don't think they have the depth in the infield. I don't think they have the depth in the outfield. If there are injuries that occur to this team, it's going to be a struggle. So for that reason, the Marlins are actually going to finish with negative half a point. A rough roster, definitely not where the Braves are at, and probably the worst in this division.